Hey, good morning, YouTube friends and subscribers. I'm happy to see you today. Thank you so much for watching. I have a video response to a question from Heather, and she wants to know advice for delivering to apartments or condos for Amazon Flex. And this is a pretty hot topic because if you look online, this is the biggest complaint most drivers have about doing Amazon is having to deal with apartments. And apartments can be really tough. They can be a blessing too. Sometimes you get 10 deliveries in an apartment complex, and I mean that's 10 stops on your route, so they're all going to be close together. I try to look at it that way, but it's really hard to when you're out there delivering because it's pretty frustrating for the most part. So what you do with the apartments, what Amazon wants you to do is to attempt the delivery to the door, and they want you to not leave the package if there's a high traffic area where a lot of people are going to walk by and see the package, and if there is multiple entrances nearby facing each other, multiple doorways. That would mean 2 or more doorways. So they don't want you to leave it if that's the case. They want you to bring it to the leasing office, and the leasing office can accept the package in most cases. Some leasing offices don't, and so in that case you would mark the package unable to deliver, nowhere safe to leave the package, and they'll attempt it again the next day or get in touch with the customer. So if that fails and there's no leasing office, yeah, definitely just take it back to the warehouse. The next thing is the way I deal with finding condos and apartments. You can use Google Maps for the most part if you're able to Google the building number. It'll give you it'll take you pretty close to where you're supposed to be. I prefer to try to find a map of the complex as soon as I pull in, and if I find a map, then I will take a picture of the map on my phone, and then I'll have that in my phone under a maps folder that I make for my pictures. So that's really good for future reference also, because you'll deliver these apartment complexes again, most likely, if you do Amazon Flex for a long time. So the next step is finding the apartment. Once you find the building number, a lot of apartments, the numbering systems are really weird. So just expect the worst when it comes to numbering systems and just deal with it. But you'll find that in most apartment complexes, once you find the pattern of how the buildings work, then every building is going to work that way, and you can learn the patterns after a while. So that can be the biggest challenge. That is the biggest challenge of doing Amazon Flex, is delivering to apartments and businesses and rural roads where you're driving down long dirt roads. And when they put all 3 of those things together, which they do in my area in Hillsboro, Oregon, they have rural roads mixed with apartments, mixed with businesses, and on routes like that, I get like half the packages delivered. So I'm really hoping they fix that soon. They need to just add time for those deliveries. Anyway, that's another subject. So as far as when you're at the apartment complex, now there's what Amazon wants you to do. Obviously they have their rules. I find there's kind of a gray area where I'll go into an apartment complex and there's like a little cove where the person's door is, and maybe there's a doorway across over here, just like one more doorway, and I'm kind of towards the end of my route anyway, and I really don't want to have to return that one package back to the station because I couldn't deliver it to the leasing office or whatever, and there's just one doorway there, and it seems safe enough. I'll have to say that I'll leave a package in that situation, but that's it. If there's multiple doors, there's more than 2, that's where that's my cutoff for myself. I'm just like, okay, before there was one neighbor, because when it's one neighbor, it's like, if your package gets stolen, it's like, or whatever, I mean, you don't want to hate your neighbor, but it's like, there's only one person that could have taken it, basically. And then, so it kind of takes that element out of it where you're not really worried about their package getting stolen. But then if there's 3 or more doors, or if it's in like a hallway with 3 or 4 doors, I won't leave it. If it's in a really like higher class area, like those apartment they're really rare. The apartment complexes are just all full of Mercedes. It's like only like one area I deliver in that has that. I'll leave packages there. If it's just like a small package, I'll kind of tuck it under the doormat or something, because I'm just not worried about it in that kind of area. But beyond all that, it's kind of a gray area. It's up to you. I just don't feel comfortable leaving packages because I'd rather just return it to the warehouse and not have any flack for it. I've received 3 emails in the past that have said, you know, a customer you delivered to said they didn't get their package. So I've just been really careful on the apartments. And okay, so I covered, yeah, basically that's it with the apartments. If you do have any more questions, I'd be happy to help with any more specific questions than that. And then Amazon kind of, in my area, is having a tendency to overload the routes. Like I said, they're starting to put more and more on the routes every day. So I'm looking at it when I leave the warehouse. I mean, if I have a route that's going to take too long, I just choose at that time to just mellow out about it and just say, this is a 4-hour block. It says right on the app, deliver until whatever your 4-hour block is. That's when you'll be delivering till. If you ask them at the station, they'll tell you the same thing. Like, we don't want you delivering past your 4-hour block unless it's just a couple minutes over and you're going to get all your packages delivered. Then it's better for you anyway because you'll be done. But if you're not going to get it done close to time and you have returns, you know, it's better just to not stress yourself out about it. Just take your time on each apartment delivery so you're not stressing yourself out. Just treat it like you would any other delivery. And then you just check your clock and you check the Google Maps and see how long it's going to take you to get back to the station. And then if it's like 35 minutes to get back to the station, then hey, I'm going to deliver packages until 35 minutes till. And then I'm going to head back to the station so I can drop off and finish my block at 4 hours. And that's it. And that's how you do it. It's how you avoid all the stress. And I want people, you know, to talk to each other about that because that's how they want it done. They don't want drivers out there making, you know, $12 an hour doing routes for an extra hour. So I don't want to go on anymore, but if you have any more questions, feel free. Thanks.